Marvel vs. Capcom is a beloved gaming franchise that Marvel and Capcom fans both love. However, Hasbro does not have the license for Marvel vs. Capcom, but they do for Marvel. This is their attempt to create quote-unquote Marvel vs. Capcom figures, and with Jada Toys having the Capcom license, it makes it a really interesting thing to compare. So, let's get this review started. Hello, you can call me Ryviews, and I'll be your reviewer for the day. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you like action figure review content, well, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's begin. Now, when I got this figure at Target, yes, I did get this at Target. I did not pay scalper prices. It was a little annoying to find, but through enough calling and patience and being nice to the employees, they went to the back, got this out of the shipping pallet, and now I have it in my possession. My overall first impressions are that these figures look very nice. The figure set that I got has a little bit of paint chipping, but other than that, it looks pretty high quality and up to par. Now, Psylocke here, I believe, is a mostly new sculpt. She looks very nice, and while I do think the eyes on the face could be looking a little more straight on my figure, overall, this thing looks awesome, and might even be a good competitor for the Mafex version. However, the paint on the torso is not really that good of a match for the paint or the arm plastic that is used, so that is a bit off-putting. Other than that, this thing looks crazy. You have a lot of good effect parts, you have a lot of good articulation, and that is just my first impressions. I can see why everyone was going after this 2-pack specifically for Psylocke. This figure's sculpt has a lot of nice details, such as how the straps cover up the thigh cuts, and in addition, she has a little bit of paint chipping and rub, but compared to other figures such as Mafex's figures, it really isn't that bad and is mostly negligible. Psylocke comes with a boatload of accessories, especially for Marvel Legends. Now that is to be expected since this is a 2-pack, but there are some things I have some nitpicks about. What I don't have a nitpick about is the head. The way the purple flows into the black hair on the back looks super nice, and it's just a really cool look. And on the figure itself, looks pretty nice too. She also comes with these effect parts, but they don't like to tab in. They're these really cool energy effects. They have like almost a gradient to them, and it looks super cool. I can see them being used for other characters, or even sword blasts, or trails left behind by a sword strike, which she does have swords, but not on this figure. Now, they are a bit loose and do like to fall off, except for when I'm filming, of course. But yeah, these things are a little bit finicky and annoying, and I wish we got more hand accessories instead of the extra one of that piece. She also comes with this tiny kind of energy effect part, and that clamps onto the hand or arm very nicely. I wish we got 2 of these instead. It looks super cool. You can have her do a whole bunch of dynamic poses, and you can see kind of that psychic ninja energy, whatever. I haven't read a Psylocke comic before. Sorry guys, I played Marvel Rivals, but I don't know her full power sets, and I know that there's other Psylocke characters, but this effect piece is really nice looking. She comes with a grabby hand and a fist hand and nothing to grab. She should have just come with a full pair of hands, but you win some, you lose some. She also comes with these, I guess, dual finger pistol pointing hands and a single open palm hand. Not a pair, a single one. Come on, Hasbro, that's disappointing. She also has this face part that doesn't like to stay on, but I tried. I honestly tried. It's unique. It looks cool. I know it's part of her power set. I just wish it clipped onto her head a lot better. While she herself doesn't have anything to hold, if you say have a figure with a katana, you can technically put that katana in her hand. I have the Deadpool Marvel Legends, one of them, and I stuck his katana in her hand. Looks pretty cool, looks pretty sweet. It's a bit of a short piece, so I don't think I'll be keeping it on her, but there we go. Now, articulation. She has very limited head articulation, mostly because of the hair, but she does have a dumbbell joint for the neck. Now, it's not the best dumbbell joint because it's Marvel Legends, and they don't do it right, plus they don't give neck articulation outside of that dumbbell joint, so it is quite limited. But it does pretty much everything else a ball joint can do, whatever. Now, her arms can move in somewhat. It's not amazing, but it is a good bit with that butterfly joint. Butterfly joint goes back that far, forward back far, and a full 360 at the shoulder. She can move her arms up that far, which I've seen better on Marvel Legends, but this is actually pretty good. You basically get a full-on 90-degree T-pose. Her arms can bend in that far, double jointed, full 360 at the bicep, and she does get a lot of clearance with her more thin arms. She has the pointer finger hands, can move up and down, but not in and out like her fist hand. Now, she does have a ball joint at the top of the torso, which can go back that far, side to side. Basically, not really that forward, which is a little disappointing. And she has a crunch. That ab crunch is pretty decent forward and a lot better backwards. Now, putting it all together, you get pretty good articulation. Her leg can move up that far, out to the side that far, and she has decent splits, about normal for Marvel Legends. And she has that thigh cut, which the sculpting when you move the thigh cut isn't amazing, but it works. And then you have the double jointed knee, and it looks a little funky, but it could be deeper. And then you have your swivel hinge pivot for the ankle. I wish there was a ankle swivel. But overall, really nice set of articulation. It gives her a lot of range and things she can do, and for Marvel Legends, is incredibly solid. I am continually impressed by this new ab crunch inclusion that Hasbro's been including with their female figures. It definitely adds a lot of possibility, though I do prefer Jada Toys' ability to implement a triple ball joint system into the waist so that you get the maximum amount of movement possible and it still looks good. I wish Hasbro would copy them. Time to move on to the Mad Titan himself, Thanos. He's a big dude. Oh boy. One of the things that I don't like about him, though, limited articulation. But overall, he looks super cool next to Psylocke. Their colors complement each other really nicely. His vibrant, like yellowish, orange, bronzish shoulder pads and gloves and everything looks super cool and pops against his purplish blue. And just his crazy face with red eyes. This guy has presence. And as the Mad Titan, I think he looks quite accurate to his appearance in both the games and the comics. Now, this is my first Thanos figure, and I do have some issues with it, but overall, with the shading, he looks sweet. It is a little bit difficult to see it on camera, but he does have shading throughout the blue parts of his body. Super nice, and of course, the Infinity Stones are painted on the glove. I wish he had an open hand as well, a couple of them, but, you know, Hasbro, they don't include everything you would want. This is still pretty solid of an offering from them. And he just looks so royal and in charge. It's a great looking figure. Now, mine does have some paint chipping on the torso, which is super annoying, but it's not the worst. And there's a little bit of orange on the cape where it shouldn't be, but other than that, you can't really see it on camera. So does it really matter? At this price point, yes, but in the long run, not really. It'll probably get more paint chipping as time goes on. Now, one accessory, the Infinity Gauntlet. That's it. Only accessory that comes with Thanos himself. And it looks pretty sweet on him. Not gonna lie, it's in this snapping position or pointing position, so it has a couple uses, but it is a little bit... Alright, articulation time. Dumbbell joint for the head. Full 360 at the shoulders, though it is a little bit hindered by the shoulder pad, but that does move out of the way. You have basically a perfect T-pose and a full-on bicep swivel, though it is a bit tight on my copy. Your elbow bend is like 3 ratchet clicks. That sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It sucks. Now he does have a full rotation at the hand, and it moves in and out because it's a Marvel Legends hand. That is how much he crunches forward, and that is how much he crunches backwards. Here is a better view of that. It's, he really needed to crunch forward, at least include a ball joint, since you're going to be having his body covered with the full stretchy skirt that you can do a 360 with. Just put a ball joint in there, Marvel. Come on, you know how to use it. I played with your G.I. Joe figures. Now his leg moves up that far, and out that far, and those are his splits, and slightly back. I do like how the skirt is cut to allow for more range. He does also have a 360 at the thigh cut, and a decent-ish knee bend. He has a really nice pivot and swivel hinge for that foot, so that is pretty good. Overall, not good articulation, but you can still get him into a lot of cool poses that I think his presence carries the design quite heavily. So, yeah, looks cool, is cool, great for displays and fighting your Avengers, but as a figure, it's kinda limited, and there's only one accessory, so let's get on to size comparisons. Now, together, these guys look pretty cool. But here they are compared to Mafex Stealth Iron Man and Marvel Legends Silver Centurion. Next we have Marvel Legends Warbird and my previous review, Jazzware's Toy Freddy. Next we have Jada Toys Ryu for that Marvel vs. Capcom sort of display, and a Marvel Legends Bootleg Hulk. Then we have Mafex, The Dark Knight Returns Superman, and Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. Overall, these guys look pretty cool together, and are a good bit of height and distance between each other. You have the much shorter Psylocke, who is about average size for Marvel Legends, and the much taller, yet not massive, Thanos. Together they make a really cool pairing that you can have basically just size difference. Size difference is a really cool thing when making a shot or doing posing, because it makes one character look automatically stronger than the other. Even if that's not the case, it makes for poses and displays to be a lot more dynamic when everyone has different heights. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I do highly recommend this pack if you can find it in stores. I got mine at Target. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe and comment, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.